Okay, I am making this video based off of the suggestion of someone who I care about and who told me multiple times that I should do it. So I'm going to follow through and do it. Okay, so this is a poem I wrote on July 25th of this year. A very sad day for me. It's titled Pie and Beer Day 2023. Subtitled, The Day I Broke Up with Her. Have you ever had a crush on an establishment? A place you spend all your time by choice, where you find chosen family? People often remind you of this place, especially lately, when you dream of escaping her, your godforsaken state. A place you breathe easiest, where you dance your ass off, and nobody cares. See, it's here. You're not only appreciated, but guess what? You're embraced. Your oddities, idiosyncrasies. Sigh, here I go again, this lovely, lovely place. You see, for me, this was Fisher Brewing. My home away from home. Everyone who knows me knows. For over 5 years, I'll confess, it's true. Guilty as me of being completely and madly in love with her, my sweet baby. That beer, her name, Fisher. Thus, I'm saddened to say it happened yesterday. That dreadful Pie and Beer Day, July 24th, 2023, 800 South, Salt Lake City. I'm so torn up, heartbroken the next day. Still, I'll say, she really is my favorite beer. I had no choice. I didn't want to. Believe me, I never wanted it. Not to end. Not with her. Not like this. My one and only dear, Fisher beer. Now I sit here gutted within my bestie, my favorite library. Let's rewind for a few additional context to help you. My life has been difficult, to put it mildly. Sure, we all struggle, but please just believe. It's just that mine has been a hell of a lot, especially lately. So much so, in fact, I've attempted multiple times to do it. Just that. You would too if you felt this blue. But back to my latest. Heartbreak. Allow me please to address that pesky pain from my homegirl, Fisher. Damn that baby, damn that girl. I already miss her like so. Alas, I refuse. Nope, I'll never step foot in her arms again. Won't subject myself, not to that. The nasty behavior I experienced within the confinement of her walls. I sobbed. I'm the first to admit I wept there in front of them, 2 of the owners. Separately, each agreed to speak with me. I explained politely what has been happening. They're on display. Strange. Even now, real time, it was happening. The very same thing happened too, just last night. By now, his eyes glazed. Denied the attention I deserved. Regardless, I continued. And I've been coming here daily, nearly all 6 of your years. He confirmed. He recognizes me. We agreed. I'm not exaggerating. He stopped me, directed me to the manager. I explained best I could. As an owner, you should be privy. It's important he knows. He rejected, refused to listen. Through tears, I pled. To be heard, I begged. He wanted nothing of it. Really? I walked away in utter dismay. Seething, I sat and finished my sour, knowing damn well I'll never again drink another Fisher beer. Weeping, I sipped. Rivers of salt swam down my face. Landing in my glass, they stared back at me as I continued to cry. This is a breakup. Repeated again and again, aloud and in my head. I'm sure the neighbors were sad in themselves. Pathetic heartbreak occurring before their eyes. Me, my misery. It sounds dramatic because it was. Finally, I gained the courage to approach Tommy. He seemed taken aback seeing me distraught like that. True Tommy fashion, he was kind. He looked me in the eyes, listened, and agreed to talk privately. Feeling grateful, I guided us to a table. Finally, across from me, I began to speak. Suddenly, bam! Verbal attacks by another launched at me. You absolutely cannot talk to him, Tommy. You mean this guy? My buddy? Blah, 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 blah. I tuned them out. Finally, the intruder let us be. Tommy listened, asked a few follow-up questions. Ultimately, though, he too let me down. Again, I was shut down. After having given it my all, done my very best, I finally hollered as I left. I'll never step foot in here again. Plus, I'm writing a piece and publishing it in the Trib. Tears still dripping, I walked for miles. Composing articles in my head, my writing sailed at sea. I was on fire. Sadness, my reality. Because I feel betrayed by Fisher Brewing. It's not funny or cute. I trusted these folks. I truly did. I'm beyond disappointed. P.S. Albert, he says you guys should stop being dicks. So that's my little heartbreak breakup poem about the place I had a crush on that I considered home for the better part of 6 years. And it's been really hard for me. I'm not gonna lie. I really struggle to know that I was such a loyal customer. I still represent Fisher with I have Fisher hats, shirts, hoodies. I still love Fisher beer. Luckily, I have a hookup that still gives me their beer. It's my favorite beer. But, you know, it's really hard for me to accept that I wasn't listened to, I wasn't taken seriously when I had actual proof of what's been going on. And these are serious concerns that, you know, I just unfortunately had to pull the plug, and I can no longer support a business that doesn't support me as their customer. So anyway, if you're still watching, thank you for listening. I know it's a little dramatic, but it really was painful for me, and I turned it into poetry. And I'll just say one final note. I really do miss Fisher. I do. I miss Fisher. I miss the people. I miss so much about it, but I cannot subject myself to being treated the way that I was treated. So that's why I will never go back.